Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. If we're going to be honest, which I always am, if you find yourself watching this, ooh, it's 11:11. Ooh, 8 and 3. At 33 seconds. What? 11:11, 8, 3, 33. I'm just saying. All these numbers are so ridiculously divine. So if you find yourself watching this and really, really resonating, it really doesn't matter what's in your chart. All that matters is you get your message. Okay. And if you feel like one of these messages are for you, then it's for you. Doesn't matter what your chart says. Here goes. Start playing cards. I asked Soul what this reading was going to be about, and I heard it's time to stop struggling within your heart. So I'm not too sure why the struggle is specified with the heart. Okay. Let me just... Okay. So this reading is going to be a little bit different than my usual Piscean reading. I have to just completely pull all my personal emotion and whatever out of it. So give me a second. Give me a second. Let me just get... Let me just get my stuff out of this. Okay. So I'm just going to start pulling cards, and we're going to read this. We're just going to read this, okay? So apparently we I was like, no, not we. So we have been struggling within our heart about something. About what? I'm not too sure. Okay, this is probably going to be very different for each person, simply because all of us are different, yet all of us are the same. All right, let me just get these cards ready. All right. It's going to be a lot of cards, guys. A lot of cards, because I want to make sure that I get the full message. When it comes to something like struggle within the heart, this is a very... this is probably going to be a very profound message. And so I want to make sure I pull enough cards to really, really get a clear idea of what the message is. Oh, that's sweet. Michael's being sweet right now. He said that even without the cards, I'm able to get the message. I just choose to not believe in myself. Whatever. Un momento. We're almost there. Oh, it's right here. All right. Oh, gosh, I don't want to pull that deck, though. All right, guys, we are, I promise, almost ready. Just 2 more decks. So I'm assuming this is going to be a message that would be difficult for me to probably talk about or allow myself to see for whatever reason. And so I'm needing to pull more cards. I'm already starting to feel like an intensity in my chest. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I was told to look down, and what? Okay. Final deck. I'll show you guys these cards. I'm told to start with that. Already got that deck. All right. Here goes. Excuse me. So, these 3 cards. This has to do with someone who is struggling through the masculine aspects of their journey. It doesn't necessarily mean this is a man. This is someone who is struggling through the masculine aspects. So there's 2 extremes that have been created within this individual. You have this like young F-boy type of, still trying to play games, still trying to prove a point, wanting and needing to be chased, needing external validation. And then you have the polar opposite, someone who is emotionally and mentally mature, kind of just sitting back and allowing things to unfold, really being fully present in this life, basically, okay, and allowing themselves to enjoy this sensuality about themselves. There's a lot of red, orange, and yellow energy here, along with green, and so these are the chakras that are really being stimulated. Okay, these are just points of personal power. So this person is able to, or has been able to successfully empower the root, sacral, solar plexus, and heart. I mean, that's 4 out of 7. Root, solar plexus, sacral, heart. Yeah, that's 4 out of 7. And then there's this guy here. there's this guy here. So you're going from one extreme to another, okay? People don't grow that way. They don't. And so whoever this is talking about, whether it's you or someone that you're thinking of, they're trying to segue between these two points of being. So here it is. He doesn't know what to choose. He doesn't know what to choose. Does he want to choose something that will keep him in this state, or does he want to choose something that will bring him to this level of maturity? We don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so there's a struggle in the heart. I'm being told, excuse my eye roll. That was just force of habit. I'm sorry. Excuse my eye roll. I'm being told that for some, especially for those with very strong Piscean energy, the struggle within your heart is because you are feeling this struggle within someone else where they don't know what to choose. They don't know what aspect of themselves they're needing to really further develop right now. And it's okay. You don't really need to know all the answers. You don't need to fully understand everything before you move forward with following your soul's guidance. You just don't. The more you need to try and fully understand everything when it comes to soul journeys, okay? I'm not talking about like business or other personal things. I'm talking about soul journeys. The more you need to try and understand the whole thing, like from start to finish, and really know what the outcome is going to be, that's very heavily rooted in the need to control. Okay, that comes from fear. And so the more you do that, the more difficult your struggle is going to be. So sometimes you need to just allow yourself to slide on forward, okay? Card number 6, reveal your gifts. Ooh-wee. So there's a wound that's happened. It's kept you feeling as though maybe you're not capable. Maybe it has you feeling as though you are not enough. feeling as though maybe whatever it is you're needing to work on, whatever connections, whatever projects, whatever soul purpose, that for whatever reason, you're just not enough and you can't handle it. You won't be able to cut it. You won't be able to heal it. You won't be able to do any of the things that you believe you're here to do. So one of two things. What if your belief is based on skewed perception? If your perception is skewed, if there's distortions in your perception, then everything you see is not going to line up. It's not going to be aligned with your truth, your actual truth. You're not going to get the information that you need to truly make a very solid step forward. You can still step forward. You might stumble a little bit, but you're still moving forward. Now, for some, there's a potentiality that you are intentionally blinding yourself. For some, you're intentionally blinding yourself because of the fear based on a specific knowing. It's almost like this message of like, you're powerful, you can handle things. 100, 11, 22, 11, 28, 80, 12. I love it. So it's almost this sense of, for some of us, we might have this realization, this knowing that we are very powerful. And it's not necessarily that we're afraid because we think we're weak. It's that we have this knowing, but something that you're about to experience, maybe a connection, maybe a reconnection, maybe just some sort of circumstance, that all of these special skills that you've developed, all these ways in which you've empowered yourself are kind of just null. When it comes to this circumstance, this part of your journey, this person, whatever it is, it's like, you're just like putty in its hands, in their hands. And that this poker face that you have, this game face, is just like, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Because either you're going to come across a circumstance where you can't really just float your way through the way a Pisces can, where you just are like, I'm just going to just flow with it. And you're like, oh shit, there's no flow. You can't fake your way through this part. For some people, it's not a circumstance. For some people, it's an actual individual. It doesn't have anything to do with romance. It can be something romantic. It can be something platonic. That's not the focus. The focus is a very real soul connection with another person. And I'm thinking, for some, this soul connection really negates all of your, like, if you're very good at being able to duck and dodge people and circumstance, like, you're just dodging left and right. I don't think you're going to be able to dodge this one. Maybe you should put more focus on becoming proficient at rebalancing quickly, if that makes sense. Yes, no, I'm detached, no emotion. Michael goes, pay attention. Pay attention, meaning to my emotions. I got this really intense feeling that it's this sense of, it's just going to blindside you. It's going to come out of nowhere. Like, you've really done an amazing job at convincing yourself that a circumstance is the way it is when it's not actually the way it is. So not only have you been very successful in avoidance, you've been very successful in your attempt to rewrite your history, reprogram. You're not really reprogramming shit. reprogram your connections with people. Some connections you can reprogram. Other connections, especially the ones that will somehow affect the trajectory of other people's evolution, those can't be reprogrammed. You don't get free will on that. Okay. Oh, Michael has a lot to say tonight. For events that only affect your perception, those you have free will. For events that involve other people, involve the growth, the development, the expansion of consciousness for other people by simply witnessing, you don't get free will on that. That is something that is a part of your soul purpose, soul mission. You can't renege on whatever you agreed to before coming into this life. It's just not allowed. Okay? Spiritually speaking, it's not allowed. So here you are. Card number 34. In the world, not of the world. I just remember I know someone who refers to themselves as Ginger Ninja. And it just cracks me up whenever it pops in my head. Okay, so card number 34, in the world, not of the world. Just be a ginger ninja. I'm just saying. A naked... Just be a ginger ninja, okay? Allow your hair down. Just be naked in your truth. Allow the other fish who are trying to follow along, either following you or following something outside of you, just let them do their own thing. Just don't pay them no mind. Okay. Card number 40, water element, sensing. Many of us, although we don't want to admit to it, our sensitivities are increasing. Okay, our sensitivities are definitely increasing. There's this sense of intuition becoming much more sensitive. We're feeling that much more raw. That's intense. That's really intense. Okay. Card number 40, water element, sensing. Your intellect may be confused, but your emotions will never lie to you. All right. Let me just... Okay. Let matters flow. In astrology, the element of water represents our emotions and our talents of the imagination. Okay. So water characterizes the realm of vision, taking us into the quintessential depths of feeling where intuition is more appropriate than acquired wisdom and knowledge. So we're getting to a point where we're going to need to just feel things through. Again, instead of trying to control, instead of trying to dictate. Ooh, shots fired. Damn. Michael's firing shots. That's fine. I got my armor plate on. That's fine. He's firing shots. That's fucked up. So what he was saying is, I guess I'm being roasted tonight. He was saying that it would behoove me to share that oftentimes when I seek information for specific types of circumstance, specific types of connections with specific types of people, sometimes I will try and seek some precog information so I can avoid. I'm not ashamed. Sometimes I do that. A lot. And that's why it's not always the best thing for you to always know all of the things that you're wanting to know about. because sometimes, you know, like I said, that needing to know is rooted in fear. It's rooted in a sense of not being able to survive things and not being able to handle circumstance. And so sometimes we want to know so we can avoid all the time. He said, be honest all the time. I'm really good at avoiding. I am. It's fine. Ooh, see, sometimes the water element card indicates a need to withdraw and fight another day. It's time to gather resources and gain strength before moving ahead. This can at times indicate trusting too soon or the passive acceptance of other people's shortcomings when you shouldn't accept them. You may have the tendency to want to allow things to pass you by without fighting for them, to let go of something that's rightfully yours. Is there really anything that's rightfully yours? I'm just saying that it's a question. It's a question. When the water element card presents itself in a spread, you can trust what you feel is the best course to follow. What you are sensing right now may not be based on any logic. It's just that what you're sensing is correct. Okay, being quiet and introverted, subtle changes in circumstances and environment. Fears of confronting a problem directly. I think Michael's changed from a sidearm to a semi-automatic. I'm just saying, this fucker keeps firing shots. Let's see. Uh-huh. So this is your reading, not mine. Okay. I'll just go ahead and give up the info. Here we go. Let's see. Walking your own path without help, timidity, feelings of guilt or shame, leaving things to chance, not pushing hard enough, giving up before time. Gentleness, feminine powers. These are your guys' cards. These are not my cards. These are your guys' cards. Okay. So here we go. Card number 25, the protective nest. Are you hiding your golden goose egg? I don't fucking know what that means. I don't know what that means. Are you hiding your golden goose egg? Let's see. Let us see. Goose. This is a time of good fortune, so be receptive to and appreciative of all of the good things that come to you. Random laughter. Random laughter. Oh, good God. Do I really have to be emotionally devoid right now? Let me read from my book. Call on your ancestors for their guidance and be quiet, Michael. I don't think I can be emotionally detached. That's you asking too much of me. You're asking far too much of me right now. So call on your ancestors for their guidance and protection. And once you do so, you'll notice a significant increase in your spiritual awareness. Reread some of your favorite fairy tales and legends and see what new meanings you can get from them now as an adult. So I don't know if I'm getting this message of like just I need to get myself to focus. I'm getting this message of like maybe some of you need to go ahead and reread a few things, reread chapters of your life, maybe reread messages that maybe there's something in old messages that you didn't quite grasp when that message was actually sent. And for that, what probably happened was you were not ready to just, I guess, see what was being said without the filters of your biases. Does that make sense? So, mhm, mhm, mhm. I don't know. Okay. Even though it may not always appear to be so, you're very well protected. Okay. Is a golden goose a Canadian goose? Would you say that it's Canadian? Canadians are golden. Let's go with Canadian goose. Lose your inhibitions and sing or chant as loudly as you can. Listen closely for any omens that show up as sounds or conversations you hear. If I rule the world, I love them, baby. All right, I'm done with that. I'm not done with the reading. Let's go. Card number 32. Tangibility, make your dreams real. Ooh. I'm just glad I don't remember any dreams. I'm just saying. Make your dreams real. I'm being told that for some of you, there's communication occurring in your dreams. I don't think this communication is with a human being. I think this communication is between higher selves. So when it comes to higher selves, there's no sexual stuff. Sorry. it's actual communication, like visual communication, like you'll be shown possibly memories from previous lives, former connections. No boom chicka wow wow. I totally just killed quite a few people. It's like, oh my God, they're gonna come to my dreams to talk to your ass, not to. Okay. Card number 33, heaven sent. These messages are indeed heaven sent. Okay. These messages are encoded for conversation between specific individuals. Now, we're not going to limit this reading to just one type of individual. Made me all itchy all of a sudden. Woo! Oh, I'm itchy. Okay. Card number 5, bloom. It's time for you to really get some organization and structure in your power. So hair is said to be, an antenna, something to do with our power. We look at Solomon. Was it Solomon? No, it's not Solomon. The fuck was his name? What was his name? The guy with the hair. He had long hair. And then this trick ass hoe. She was a trick ass hoe. Delilah. Okay. Whatever his name was, he got tricked by a trick ass hoe. They cut his hair and it took his power. And so it's time for you to go ahead and kind of create structure with your power. It's not enough to just be like, I'm powerful. And what are you doing with that power? Not a damn thing. Exactly. Exactly. So you're needing to do something with that power. I need to get by. What is it? What's the message? What it is, yo. What's up? I hate it when you tell me there's a secondary message. You know my brain's not fully functional today. Just point out where the hell the message is, bruh. What is that? Who's doing that? Someone's attempting to bind you by your wings. They couldn't hang you, so instead they lassoed your wings. So someone is attempting to interfere with your spiritual progress. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's this trick ass hoe. This little foot trick ass hoe right here. So I have no appreciation for this card. I'll get to that card, but not right now. Let's talk about astrological stuff. Let's talk about Uranus. Uranus. All right. Uranus, genius, card number 9. The public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Shots fired. This time not at me. Fuck yeah. Okay, so I look at this card and immediately I get this impression like whoever this is for, and this could be you. This could be you towards yourself. There's this sense of like they're pissed off, and again, they can be you. They're pissed off because you are too smart to play these games with. Like they couldn't play you the way they normally would play you. And if it's you, it's like you couldn't play yourself. You couldn't get yourself to play a specific type of role to avoid things. I just got to avoid things. I'm from the Bay Area. Okay, this is how we talk in the Bay. We trying to avoid things and you couldn't do it. So now you pissed at yourself. Okay, you got to worry about yourself. You weren't worrying about yourself. You were worrying about everything else but yourself. And so now there's a lot of like animosity. It's this sense of either you're trying to figure yourself out or they're trying to figure out how to, I don't know. You're confusing me, Michael. Give me a person to talk about. They don't know how to fix things. So it's going from like caddy 1 to caddy 2, caddy 1 to caddy 2. So you and someone else is being catty with each other? Fuck if I know. This is just too much. Okay. Oh, you got a problem with obey. Ain't nobody asked you, boo-boo. Ain't nobody asked you. Okay. We got fabulous in our water. So, the sudden bolt of surprise that causes chaos. Uranus is the great awakener and is here to wake you up by grabbing your ass by your shoulders. Okay. This is making me itchy. Ooh, shit. As a higher octave of Mercury, Uranus arrives to break the rules and smash established structures. They're coming in hot. Whoever this is, they're coming in hot. They're coming in hot. Both guns blazing. I don't know who this is, though. Oh, they're picking your ass up with tongs. They're picking you up with tongs. They're using big ass tongs. First they got the pew pew and then they got the tongs. I'm not even joking. It's almost like they can't quite reach you. And so now they're trying to use whatever type of tool. So what is this about? Okay. So Uranus is not really personal, and its viewpoint is one that is detached and unemotional. Okay, I'm getting some real fucking messages at this point. So it's either you or another person, very detached, very not emotional in that this is not like the guns blazing statement. They're not coming in because like y'all need to be together. They're coming in because it's this thing of like, I'm sick of this shit. We need to get some work done. This work needs to be done. I'm not fucking around no more. Let me figure out how to maneuver through whatever. I don't know. They're trying to figure out a way. Okay. There's going to be jolts and surprises in regards to your question or focus. Shit. Okay. So this is like too many messages on too many levels at this point. All in all, this card means your life is about to be changed in a big way rather than small ones. Go with it and see what happens. That's what Uranus is trying to say. So in brief, what the book says, rapid changes, shocks, jolts, sudden transformations, the unexpected, revolution, government overthrows, rebellion, bucking against authority, turbulence, unpredictability, an upset in the usual patterns, relocation, novelty, taboo, Hi, baby. What's up? You ready for me to go to bed? I'm doing a reading right now. Can you wait for me over there? All right. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Electromagnetism. Ooh, they're even talking about aliens. Outer space, UFOs, aliens, foreigners. That's some crazy shit. Okay. Next card, make peace with your past. So whatever it was that was going on, it needs to be squashed. Okay. You need to move forward from whatever it was that you were holding on to, whatever hurt, whatever, I don't even know what it is. It's like some sort of connection, not connection with a person, but connection with an event, a circumstance that really got you riled up beyond riled up. Maybe they betrayed you. Maybe they did something that really, really hurt you. Maybe they didn't follow through with Banshee the gun. Do you mean Banshee or Banshee the mythical? Okay. So make peace with your past. You have to put to rest whatever kind of conflict that's, I think it was initiated maybe by an individual, and it became something that you probably clung to. It's probably something that you began clinging to because it triggered so much of your maybe earlier life traumas, unresolved things that your soul is really not willing to wait for anymore. Like your soul is no longer willing to wait for you to get over yourself, basically. Okay. No, it's not a trauma bond. This is not really about a connection with an individual. This is about a connection with an event. Like you went through some sort of trauma. I don't know what it is. But you went through something and you can't get past that one thing. And that's what's affecting the connection with the individual. So it might not even have anything to do with like infidelity or maybe even like actual true betrayal. It might just be like you got triggered by something that was just needing to be worked on. And instead of working on it, instead of receiving the message, you fixated on the messenger. Does that make sense? All right. So, card number 15, big, bold vision. You need to be able to look past what's in front of you. Because I think part of what's in front of you has a lot to do with you continuing to only see that event, that circumstance that really triggered you. So, like I said, I don't even know if it's the individual or if this individual was utilized to trigger you in such a way where you couldn't let that go. Ooh, I'm being told that for many of us, there is at least 1 to 3 individuals in your life right now, 1 to 3, that that are there to really trigger the return of multiple lifetimes worth of um, abruptly halted lessons that were not completed. Okay, obviously, if it was abruptly halted, um, so that's probably why the triggering is going so deep. Because if I'm assuming for many of the people who are resonating with this, the circumstance that happened, if you really remove the emotion and you look at it from like an outsider's point of view, it's almost like, I don't even know why I got so mad. I don't even know why I got so mad and so upset because oh shit, that's why you have to reread things. Um, you don't have to literally reread old messages. Um, but you have to revisit certain chapters from your book of life. Okay. So you have to go through some sort of period, like, set aside, maybe a few minutes or an hour a day for a specific set of time, a specific set of days, make it a week, where you set aside maybe 5 minutes per day and you allow yourself to really just let your mind choose which events from that connection are brought up. I think for many of you, you already know who this is in reference to. I think many of you know that. And so, you can think of someone, but you can't allow yourself to just fixate on one specific thing. Does that make sense? Like, okay, say it's my neighbor, Nora. Nora the neighbor. So something happened, Nora and I, we were super duper close. She was my neighbor and we hung out every day. And then something happened. And now Nora and I are no longer friends, but we're still neighbors. And so how am I going to do this? What am I supposed to do? Well, you set aside 5 minutes and you just think of Nora. Okay, Nora lives next door, drives a BMW. That bitch. Let your mind just take it wherever it needs to go. And for like just the 5 minutes, let yourself think about whatever it is without stopping yourself to be like, I cannot believe her, or you know what I mean? Just allow yourself to be brought back to whatever memories, circumstance that the two of you shared. Okay. So card number 43, secrets. This small foot little shit. This small footed little freaking trying to lock up all sorts of lunar moon secrecy. Y'all. I don't trust people with toddler ass feet. I'm joking. Oh, so what I'm getting from this, there's an individual. It's not you or the one whoever it is that you're connected to. If this whole reading, you're applying it just to yourself and the kind of processes that you've been putting yourself into and avoiding, this is someone outside of you. So if you have a person who this is applicable to, this reading, it's not you or that person. This is a third person. If this reading is just for you and yourself, this is someone outside of you and yourself. Someone is actively trying to lock away connections, close doors and lock them away. Someone is trying to keep truth and knowing and connectivity from rising to the surface and doing whatever it's supposed to do for you and your journey. So be careful with that, okay? Card number 26. Second house, owning. Wealth is the ability to truly experience life. You will own it. This is about being grounded in the physical. It's about what you own. Are you owning all aspects of your life? And then this is ruled by the sign of Taurus. So that's not good. It's not that Taurus is not good. I get that because this card came before it with a locking away of the secrets. I feel as though it's pulling in the unbalanced negative qualities of Taurus. In particular, I feel like what's going on is that at some point, Pisces turned a blind eye to whatever was actually going on. Pisces, for some reason, chose to not see that shit was going off course. So in some sense, the ship became landlocked because you weren't allowing yourself to pay attention and actively navigate your ship. Hold on. Let's see. It's a time where you need to protect your resources, to manage those things you own in a mature and equitable way. It's about sowing seeds for a good harvest. So it's a sense of like someone sowing seeds in your garden. I don't necessarily know if that someone is you. So, usually this is an extremely positive card indicating significant rewards if you stay on your path and remain diligent and committed in all you do. It's a sense that either something you do reestablishes a connection, or the other person is really racking their brain trying to figure out a way, an excuse, some sort of reason to reconnect with you. So this card can also indicate stubbornness. Developments that come about slowly or seem to drag. You won't be able to rush things. Let's see. I don't know. That one makes me a little nervous because it's almost like this sense of no matter what you do, well, okay. Michael goes, tell them why you're nervous. Okay, well, I'm not nervous then. I'm not nervous. So no matter what you do, for some of us, actually for all of us, no matter what you do, the events that need to occur to get you to the level of understanding of yourself and your soul, those are the things that are going to happen. You can't avoid it anymore. There's no avoiding it. It might come quickly. It might take a long time and drag out, but it's something that's going to happen no matter what you do. Okay? No matter what you do, All right. Let me just get you guys a final card. All right. Card number 11, enter the Jade Temple. Kuan Yin, in her Temple of Peaceful Jade, causes all conflict to elevate to higher peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you is already underway. In fact, you're being asked to begin to feel the relief of that resolution now, so you can more readily receive the divine solution and blessing of peace from the beloved Kuan Yin when it arrives. There are moments on the path where conflict arises and struggles emerge. These conflicts may be within us or appear to be in an external relationship or situation. This can be part of the experience of life on the physical plane that actually helps us raise our vibration to find unity and yet still honor our individuality. There is a spiritual light within, a light of peace that can be brought to bear on any situation or struggle, an energy of peace that can transform even the deepest conflict through blessings of the divine goddess, priestess of the Jade Temple, Kuan Yin. Peace does not mean avoiding conflict or pretending that struggle does not exist. Peace is a light that flows when we are able to step above the illusions of separation, competition, and conflict to seek out the consciousness where we are in fact all one in divine love and we are all serving the path of light in our own unique ways together. The energy of such a high level of genuine consciousness is transformative. It allows us to surrender judgment and to release any need to prove ourselves or our worth to another. Instead, we can just live our lives and allow others to do the same with more peace in our hearts. Conflict becomes opportunity to grow more in inner peace and loving acceptance of all paths, to learn detachment and to trust. It takes a mature soul to call in peace because it's not a way to avoid conflict. It's a way to use conflict as a spiritual tool through which to grow and become bigger than the conflict. So this is really important, okay? This is really, really important. I've talked about this so many times in so many live streams, how I have used conflict as the fuel for my rise. Say whatever you want about me, whatever negative thing you want to say, it doesn't matter, because all you do is then become the impetus for my next cycle of growth. And that's something that I consciously choose every single time. I might go through a period of, a few days or a couple weeks where I'm down and feeling dejected and I'm believing all of this nasty stuff that someone is saying to me, saying about me. And eventually, it gets to a point where it's like, no, you know what? You don't get to tell me who I am. You don't get to tell me who I deserve, what I deserve. You don't get to tell me how I'm going to live my life. And if you're going to allow someone to continue to tell you, what's that say? What does that say about you? That you are willing to allow people to have the power over you, to dictate to you the type of life you're going to live. And if that's the case, you're still choosing that life. That's what you've chosen. Action and lack thereof always leads to the same effect, the very effect that you need in order to learn how to rise to a higher level of consciousness. This is something we have to take ownership of. This is something we have to allow to empower us. Just this morning, we were talking, okay? I went live this morning because someone basically said that I'm bringing to me all these nasty sexual comments that people often send me for no fucking reason because I wore a hat that stated the brand of a gas station. Come and go. That's a gas station. And no, you will not shame me. You will not tell me what I deserve. You will not get me to agree with you in that I'm calling to me perversion. I'm not. I know that for a fact. And so instead of allowing myself to get angry about that, what did I do? I use it as fuel for my rise. And if you want to just keep um, allowing people to have that much of a say in your journey, where even the echoes of the words they said once upon a time, um, no one's going to be able to help you through that. I'm going to be flat out honest. No one is going to be able to help you through that. Miss Chris, negativity only affects you if you see yourself that way or what was said. Absolutely. And I found that to be 100% true for me. When someone says something negative and it's an aspect of me that I haven't quite allowed myself to really get to know yet, then yeah, it affects me. When someone tells me, for me personally, someone's like, oh, Emmie's money hungry. Actually, no, I know I'm not. Say whatever you want. I'm still going to continue working. I'm still going to continue being compensated for my time, and say whatever you want. Maybe if you worked, you'd be too busy earning your own money that you won't have time to try and like figure out what I'm making and what I'm not making. So it's really about allowing yourself to truly know yourself. Know yourself inside and out. Allow yourself to be honest with yourself about who you are. Now, there's a lot of beautiful things about me, but there's also a lot of things that I'm still trying to balance within myself. Michael, just, I'm working on my stubbornness. I'm working on not being so bitter towards specific people. Anyways, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it by just allowing it, allowing it to flow. Just flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. So yes, all of us are in a work in progress. Um, part of the reason why Michael is really trying to encourage me to talk more about whatever it is, I don't know. I'm assuming I'm assuming he needs me to say these things because there's someone that needs to hear it. Maybe like someone who has an actual in real life connection to me. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But apparently it needs to be said. I am still working on quite a bit. Okay. Um, with Pisceans, we tend to not let too many people in. A lot of people think they're in, but we tend to not let too many people in. And so when we actually let someone in, like truly let them in into the innermost circle of trust, when they do something hurtful and they're in that circle, that's devastating. That's absolutely devastating, especially to a Piscean. And that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of focused, intentional healing to get through that, to go beyond that hurt. And I think that's what this reading is really about. The struggle within you is being reflected outside of you. The avoidance within you is also being reflected outside of you. Wherever you're at in your journey, the people who will be brought to you will be reflections of the lessons that you need to learn at that time. And so we need to stop seeing things as people singling us out, people doing this, people doing that. We're being targeted. Are you really being targeted? Or are you just avoiding? That's a big question that you need to ask yourself, okay? Am I really being targeted, or am I just avoiding? And if I'm just avoiding, why am I avoiding it? And it's okay for you to be afraid. You can still be functional and have fear. It's okay for you to be resistant. You can still learn your lesson. It's going to be more struggle and more challenge because you're resisting the easy path, but you'll still be able to do it. And it's really a matter of taking ownership of the things you decide for yourself. And part of what you need to take ownership of is how you decide to allow people to determine how you see yourself. I used to let people determine how I see myself. And I'm not willing to anymore. I'm just not. Is it because I'm badass? No, I'm tired of it. My heart is tired, and I'm not going to do it anymore. It's not because I need to prove something. It's not because I'm trying to withhold myself from other people. It's not because I got something to prove, or, I'm a bad bitch now. No, it's none of that. My heart is tired. It's tired. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of fighting my path. I'm tired of fighting the lessons. I'm tired of fighting connections that apparently are like fucking weeds. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Whoever it is that comes back, you better be wearing some armor. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know who it is I need to reconnect with. I don't know who it is I need to reconnect with. That's the truth of it. Okay. I don't know who it is I need to reconnect with. I'm not trying to force a reconnection. I'm no longer trying to avoid a reconnection, but I would like, please God, don't let it be former associates. Just please. I'm not interested in no fucking projects. I'm not interested in friendship. If y'all need to come back, just like hash things out a little bit and move forward, perfectly fine. Okay. We're not gonna be buddies no more. It's not gonna be like, oh, we're friends again. Let's do no. None of that shit. This is solo. This is a solo job. No. But if it's like, I don't know, people I grew up with, really the list is very short because I never played with anyone as a child. I didn't really have any conflict with anyone in high school. I'm just saying. I don't know who would come back. It's just that's the board that Michael is trying to get me to jump from. F that. I'm out. So you guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Just breathe for a moment. Just breathe for a moment. Just really allow yourself to take a moment and just breathe. Are the things that I shared things that resonate? And if it doesn't resonate, are you trying to force yourself to resonate with it? Because if it does resonate, you're going to be going through some very uncomfortable cycles. And there's going to be a lot of circumstance that you probably cannot control. And maybe part of that lack of ability to control is trying to help you work on releasing the need to control. Okay? So this is not necessarily telling you that it's a bad time coming, that it's going to be horrible, and it's actually quite the opposite. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be pushed to the very edge, the outer limits of what you thought you could grow through. And then you're going to get past it. But it's going to take your submission to your soul, not to anyone else. Submission to the will of your soul. Submission to your lessons that your soul is attempting to teach you through other people. So just be open at this point. Okay? Just be open at this point. And just be open. So thumbs up. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.